Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers predict that Lucky Spencer will finally find a reason to stay in Port Charles. Now that Elizabeth Baldwin is locked in a bad predicament at GH, Lucky will have a feeling of purpose again as he works to help her. Lucky knows Liz better than just about anyone, so he'll realize she's not responsible for Sam McCall's demise in any manner. Elizabeth is quite about the most conscientious employee in the entire hospital, so Lucky will have great faith that she did everything perfectly. That said, Sam nevertheless ended up killed suffering a lethal digitalis overdose somehow. This doesn't make sense to Liz since she handled Sam's nursing staff, which means she knows exactly the employees that treated Sam and what meds she was supposed to be given. Digitalis definitely wasn't on the list of recommended drugs, so none of this is adding together for Liz at this point. It won't add up for Lucky either, but he'll do whatever it takes to make sure Elizabeth's reputation is cleared. That could entail getting his hands on any security tape that could offer a clear image of a very dubious guest. Will Lucky call in a favor and get that film supplied to him ASAP? Could Cyrus Renaud be seen walking in and out of Sam's room shortly before her demise? Regardless, the show shared a pic of Lucky watching something on his phone with Liz eagerly looking next to him. There'll undoubtedly be something that draws Elizabeth and Lucky's attention, so it might be surveillance tape to see whether someone entered Sam's room who wasn't supposed to. We also know Lucky will launch a confrontation with Cyrus before the week's up, so will he call him out on the Sam visit and accuse him of being behind the digitalis overdose? Of course, it's also conceivable this will be about Lulu Spencer going missing from Turning Woods, as that's set to happen, too. Lucky may think that Cyrus has done something to Lulu as well, but she's actually about to make an escape. Nevertheless, General Hospital spoilers claim Lucky will assume Cyrus is still bad news, so we'll send along more predictions on the tension that's brewing and updates on what it'll mean for Cyrus' future. At the boxing gym, Curtis went back to what Michael had told him about Drew wanting Michael to be Aurora's new CEO. Jordan quickly came and could see that Curtis had something on his mind. She offered to be a sounding board for Curtis' frustrations. Curtis told her that he suspected someone he trusted was holding a secret. Jordan noted that she understood how seriously Curtis took anything like that. Jordan was astonished to learn that Curtis suspected Drew was withholding something from him. Curtis stated that it was Michael who told him that Drew couldn't be trusted. Curtis said that Drew was trying to make Michael CEO of Aurora instead of him, but Jordan didn't believe it was true. Jordan told Curtis that he and Drew were probably simply playing phone tag and that Drew was not purposefully ignoring his calls. As Michael and Drew were in the Quartermain living room, Drew's phone rang. Michael asked if he would answer it, but when Drew saw that it was Curtis calling, he replied he would call him back. Drew asked Michael if he told Jason that Drew and Willow had kissed. Michael admitted that he had but hadn't realized that Jason would go after Drew. Michael pointed out that he typically confided his worries in Willow but couldn't do that this time. Drew once again apologized for kissing Willow and told Michael he hoped they could get past it. Drew reiterated that it was one kiss and a mistake. It was not intended. It just happened in the moment. It was the 4th of July and I have to admit there was a couple too many drinks. I am not trying to make excuses, but it's nothing to be repeated. Drew wanted to re-establish the trust between him and Michael and thought naming Michael the permanent CEO of Aurora may do that. Michael stated he would take Drew up on his offer but had a question before. Are you offering me this job solely to get back in my good graces? Drew agreed it was largely the reason but highlighted that he felt that Michael was the future of Aurora and not Curtis. When it comes to leading the company, you are the future, not Curtis, Drew remarked. Drew spoke a few more derogatory things about Curtis, unknowing that Michael videotaped the entire conversation. When Drew left, Michael contacted Curtis and played the recording for him, who now knew Drew was preparing to demote him to head of the wellness division in favor of Michael being CEO. Alexis and Sunny met with Christina at the courthouse. Alexis advised Christina that she needed to keep her calm when Rick questioned her on the stand. After the judge brought the courtroom to order, the prosecution began, calling the crime at hand unfortunate and referring to a newborn who left the world before she could draw her first breath. Her death wasn't natural. She was murdered, the prosecution continued as she looked directly at Ava. A traumatized Christina went back to the moment she fell through the window before the prosecutor brought up Ava's past history and stated she had a callous disregard for others. Rick then delivered his own introductory words. He highlighted that Ava's past had nothing to do with this trial. Instead, it was about what happened the day Christina fell and nothing more. I plan to show to you that Christina Corinthos Davis went to Miss Jerome's hotel room with rage and evil intentions. And as a result of that awful dispute, she is the one responsible for that horrible, horrible accident, Rick stated. Natalia was called to the stand first. She claimed that she and Blaze were having coffee at the Metro Court pool when they observed someone fall into the pool from a window above. Gio was questioned next and told the same basic account as Natalia. Jocelyn told the jurors about fulfilling her lifeguard responsibilities and getting Christina onto a backboard. When Trina was called to testify, she told the jury that everything occurred fast, but when she looked up, she noticed Ava standing by the window and looking down at the pool before she closed the curtains. Rick cross-examined Trina and got her to say that she didn't observe who or what caused Christina's fall. Dr. Navarro testified next and claimed that Christina had a good pregnancy. The emergency department doctor testified that the impact of the fall caused blunt force trauma and placental abruption, which caused the baby's death. Rick cross-examined the doctor, who indicated that he wasn't sure if Christina had any wounds that would suggest that she was attacked. Finally, Christina entered the stand and told the jury how she had offered to carry a child for Molly and TJ. Christina highlighted her good pregnancy, including how she would sing to the baby and eat what Christina felt were the baby's favorite foods. Christina then described why she had gone to Ava's room that day and what happened between her and Ava before she fainted. Christina claimed she pleaded with Ava to reverse the subpoena, calling for Christina to testify against Sonny. When Ava refused, Christina said she grabbed her arm and shoved Christina through the glass. Christina recalls waking up at the hospital to be told the baby had died. When I truly grasped why she wasn't inside me anymore, I knew it was because Ava had pushed me through the window. She has killed my baby, Christina remarked in a choked-up voice. Rick then stood forward to cross-examine Christina. The first question he asked was, "Why are you lying?" Lulu kept her eyes closed and her body calm as a nurse checked her vital signs. As soon as the nurse left, she sat up in bed before putting both feet on the floor and took several steps. Lulu could also hear Cyrus's voice outside the door, informing someone he had found a better institution for Lulu in South Carolina. Lulu climbed back in bed as quickly as she could and once again pretended a coma. When Cyrus stepped in, he found her as he had been seeing her for months. Cyrus laid his palm on Lulu's head and informed her he was there for her. "I'm here now, Lulu." "Don't worry, I'm taking care of everything," Cyrus answered. Medical staff quickly returned and requested Cyrus to leave. Lulu heard the two women chatting about a rough night coming up at work. When they went, Lulu crawled out of bed and unhooked her tubes. She made her way across the room to open the door and sneak out while still wearing a medical gown. As Lulu roamed around turning wood, she overheard the doctor discussing about moving her almost shortly to South Carolina. A horrified Lulu turned off the fire alarm as a distraction before finding a pair of scrubs and a hoodie. She grabbed the garments and escaped turning wood as soon as she could. Once dressed and on the side of the road, Lulu flagged down a car to help her. General Hospital lovers, brace up because the rumor mill is in overdrive. Amanda Setton, famed for her stunning depiction of Brooklyn Quartermaine, has aroused huge conjecture about her personal life and even her on-screen future. During a recent episode of the renowned drama, eagle-eyed viewers spotted something peculiar. Brooklyn seemed to be wearing what appeared to be a pregnancy bump. Naturally, this drove fans into a frenzy, wondering if the great actress behind the character, Amanda Setton, may be pregnant in real life. Clues from on-screen moments. Brooklyn has always been the fiery, independent, and career-driven character we know, but this unexpected shift has us thinking if General Hospital writers are cooking a big parenthood storyline for her. Could Brooklyn be expecting with a new love interest, or is there a secret narrative ready to unfold? But here's the kicker, Amanda Setton has been very discreet about her personal life. Fans may recall she took a brief sabbatical from GH in 2020 during her pregnancy, but she returned with a bang, confirming her dedication to the character. Real-life baby bump or clever storyline? Sources close to the show remain tight-lipped, but industry experts imply that this could be a creative move by the writers. After all, General Hospital is notorious for combining real-life occurrences with fictional drama. Is Amanda's personal life once again crossing paths with her on-screen character's journey? Social media speculation. Fans have flocked to social media to offer their theories. One viewer wrote, "Brooklyn is glowing. If Amanda Setton is pregnant IRL, I hope they make it part of the show." Another fan added, "It's about time Brooklyn gets her own little Quartermain." But is Amanda genuinely expecting, or is this a clothing trick? What Amanda Setton has said. Amanda herself has been mute on the topic, throwing further fuel to the flames. However, her latest interview about managing parenting and performing revealed how much she enjoys her family life, which could imply that another edition might be on the horizon. What this means for Brooklyn? If the reports are true, what may this mean for Brooklyn's storyline? Could this be a redemption storyline for her character or maybe a dramatic co-parenting twist? General Hospital viewers know to expect the unexpected. Final thoughts. While there's no confirmation yet, the potential of Amanda Setton being pregnant has definitely added an extra dimension of excitement to General Hospital. Whether it's a real-life occurrence or a storyline twist, one thing is clear: Amanda and Brooklyn are keeping us captivated. Stay tuned for updates as this story develops, because in Port Charles, there's always more than meets the eye. Brooklyn is no stranger to drama in General Hospital. From her tumultuous relationships to her complex family dynamics, the character is often at the center of upheaval. If Amanda Setton is truly pregnant, it would be fascinating to watch how the writers weave this into Brooklyn's tale. Here are a few intriguing possibilities. A new love interest or reunion. Brooklyn has had her share of heartbreak. Could a baby lead to the rebirth of her romance with Chase? Fans have long rooted for these two to find happiness together, and a baby storyline may be the perfect opportunity to revive their relationship. Quartermain family drama. The Quartermains are notorious for their untidy, larger-than-life shenanigans. If Brooklyn is expecting, it's easy to imagine the upheaval this would generate within her family. Ned and Olivia might step up to provide support or criticize her choices, while Tracy could bring her customary sarcasm to the mix. A secret pregnancy? Knowing Brooklyn's past, it wouldn't be shocking if she kept the pregnancy a secret at first, perhaps out of fear of judgment or confusion about the father's identity. This might lead to a big surprise down the line, timed perfectly for November or February sweeps. Work versus motherhood struggle. Brooklyn has always been career-driven. A pregnancy could push her to confront a new set of objectives, especially if her job ambitions clash with her road to motherhood. Amanda Setton's personal life, what fans know. Amanda Setton has been a fan favorite since joining General Hospital. While she keeps her personal life quiet, admirers know she's a dedicated mother. Her first pregnancy during her time on GH led to a temporary hiatus, but she returned stronger than ever, managing career and family like a pro. If Amanda is pregnant again, it's probable she'll negotiate this with the same grace and determination. Her last hiatus established that the GH team is supportive of her needs, and they may have already planned ahead for this scenario. For now, we can only speculate and keep a watchful eye on every episode of GH. Whatever happens, Amanda and Brooklyn are sure to keep us entertained. Would you like additional fan theories or a discussion of Brooklyn's history with Chase and the Quartermains? It's surprising, to say the least, that Michael will not be a recast, considering actor Robert Adamson has stepped in for Duel a number of occasions as a temporary recast when needed. This seems to indicate that the Michael Corinthos character could pass away, or at the very least everyone will think the figure has passed. Then again, with everything going on with Michael's marriage, may he decide to leave town? Where would that leave Sasha Corbin if she finds out she's expecting? There are so many elements to Michael's tale right now, so it'll be interesting to watch how the character ends up exiting. General Hospital spoilers indicate that ever since Harrison Chase and Brooklyn Quartermain Chase agreed to start attempting to grow their family, some fans were scared that turmoil was on the way. After all, in the universe of soaps, super couples are begging for reproductive troubles whenever they come together to start trying for a baby. One simply must look at the recent challenges TJ Ashford and Molly Lansing Davis have undergone attempting to expand their family. Their marriage is practically clinging on by a string. Still, GH watchers can't help but assume that a bun might be in Brooke Lynn's oven already. After all, Amanda Setton has been donning a lot of blazers lately, the characteristic piece of any actress disguising a baby belly, so might the baby chase narrative be a setup to assist right in the actress's pregnancy? While the GH wardrobe staff could just believe that Brooke Lynn needs to spice up her workwear, it's hard for GH viewers not to wonder. Setton was on maternity leave in 2020 for baby number 3, when actress Brianna Lane was brought in as a temporary substitute. At that moment in time, it didn't make sense for the character to have a kid, even if she ended up deceiving Valentine Cassadine into believing she had his baby, shortly after the fact. However, now that she's with Chase, and tiny Violet Finn has suggested several times that she wants a cousin, and what an incredible parent Brooke Lynn would be, if the actress ended up expecting, it could easily be written into storylines. Then again, there's always a potential that Brooke Lynn fakes a pregnancy for a baby exchange narrative, as it seems quite likely Sasha Corbin will wind up expecting. But if Setton was pregnant, she'd be sporting a real baby bump to Brooke Lynn's very realistic-looking one. General Hospital spoilers say that if Amanda Setton is expecting and remaining quiet, it's only a matter of time until she'll have to come forward and tell the world, as it'll get difficult to hide. It'll be interesting to see if Brooke Lynn's sudden passion for blazers and loose apparel something has to do with a wardrobe makeover for the character, or a tiny bundle of joy soon to enter the Setton family. It was a rather sad week on General Hospital. Sam's funeral was held, and her autopsy results were finally back. Lulu woke up and was scared of Cyrus. Finally, Jason and Dante found a method to keep their children together as Sam intended, which was a lovely way to close the week. Sam's funeral, last wishes, and autopsy results. Sam's funeral was a tearjerker and wonderfully done. General Hospital usually seems to strike it out of the park when it comes to funerals, especially the speeches offered. The flashbacks incorporated into the numerous speeches contributed to the weight of what each individual was saying about Sam. I was a little shocked Drew didn't speak, but maybe he didn't want to call attention to his face. Why Carly had to talk, given that she and Sam were on precarious terms at the end, also perplexed me. The showcasing of Rocco, Danny and Scout throughout the program and how much she loved them was great, as were Danny and Rocco's remarks about Sam. Alexis and Molly were horrified when they realized Sam gave custody of Danny and Scout to Drew in her will and hadn't revised it since Jason returned from the dead. Oopsie! As if there wasn't enough bad blood between the brothers. Alexis brought them together to debate the future of the kids and kicked butt in doing so. Sit down, Jason and Drew, a grown-up is talking. She wasn't putting up with their petty trash and told them to get it together for their children's sake. Sam's passing has provided Nancy Lee Grahn some of her best material in a long time. Of course, Jason was not going to allow Drew to have custody of Danny, and Drew rejected Alexis' idea to have Danny and Scout live with her. Friday's episode involving Dante and Jason addressing Sam's wishes for the kids to be together and Rocco, Danny, and Scout supporting one another was an all-around wonderful episode. It just made me smile. Scout stating she was going to be dead meat when Tracy noticed she splattered paint on the foyer floor was amusing and a spot-on observation on Tracy's OCD when it comes to the house looking pristine. Dante and Jason opting to move in so the children could stay together wasn't particularly surprising. I guess we all saw this coming. However, it was still amazing to watch play out. And the best thing of all? Drew wasn't there to ruin the moment. Hell, Drew wasn't even consulted. It makes me sad that I'm so happy over this, as Drew was, once upon a time, one of my favorite characters. Dante and Rocco moving in, along with Jason, begs the question, how many rooms does this house have? Half the town now lives there. Finally, Sam's autopsy reports suggest an overdose of digitalis is what killed her. Lucas is off the hook, but now all eyes are on Liz and the nurses. So, between this and Lulu getting up, it's obvious what will keep selfish crybaby Lucky from leaving town. He stated his past as a cop, so I am betting he's going to be the one to investigate what really happened to Sam, unofficially of course, to clear Liz's name. At Turning Woods, Lulu finally woke up but had to simulate being in a coma still as Cyrus was lurking about. She was reminded of one of her final interactions with him when he threatened her over an essay she wrote. We don't really know much about what she knows, such as whether she recalls what she heard while in her coma and that Cyrus is her uncle. Cyrus creepily pledged to take care of her, and in the previews at the end of Friday's show, he tells her that he's taking care of everything. What does that mean? Why is he so enamored with her? Is it guilt about his part in putting her in the coma? His fascination with Laura? I was hoping to see a bit more of Lulu this week, but happily, the General Hospital spoilers indicate we'll be seeing a lot more of her next week. It is starting to look Cyrus did indeed kill Sam, but why? Was it to get her out of the way so Dante and Lulu could reunite? If so, there was no certainty that Lulu would even wake up following the transplant. And was Cyrus the one who unplugged Lulu's respirator a few weeks back? That at least partially made sense, as he had been lamenting how it was horrible for Lulu to be caught between life and death, and in his mind, he probably thought he was sending her to live with God and putting her soul at peace. But killing Sam? Make it make sense, General Hospital. It looks like Sam's death and Ava's trial have finally brought some peace between Molly and Christina. The latter even referred to the baby as their daughter. However, when Ava goes free thanks to Rick, that peace is probably going to be disrupted, and Christina and Molly will no sure want vengeance. Kai is still falling flat with me as a character, and now they are pouring him into Dax and Joss' lives to ensure he stays in Trina's orbit. Even though Trina softened toward Kai once he proved he was taking their art project seriously, I'm simply not feeling anything between them chemistry-wise. It also appears they may be creating up a love triangle between Gio, Trina and Kai after we got some additional alone time moments between Trina and Gio on Friday. Plus, Gio now has a moniker for Trina, Songbird, even if she isn't fond of it. Yeah, Gio is smitten on Trina. Michael told Sasha that Drew and Willow slept together. He later warned Curtis to watch his back with Drew, who was chasing his wife. So basically, Michael is just telling the entire community of Port Charles that Drew and Willow are having an affair. Though I'm normally not a fan of Michael when he's in revenge mode, I really want to see Drew go down. When everything is said and done, the entire community will despise Drew. Maybe with this, and his election success, Drew is going to be relocated off the canvas to DC? Let's face it, the show has been sending a lot of characters leaving lately. Last week, I questioned why Sasha hadn't obtained a pregnancy test. Well, one of Friday's cliffhangers was her holding a test. On one hand, I don't want to see Sasha linked to Michael with a child. On the other, it would make for some excellent soapy drama. Also, Michael might not be Sunny's biological son, but he is a chip off the old block. This would be baby number 3 with baby mama number 3. Dante hugs Cody while Alexis is the only one left behind. Later, Joe's left and Molly and Chrissy turn up to comfort their mom before they head to the graves. She understands love and loss are interwoven and believes her heart is bursting and cracking. Davis girls. They flash back to Sam tying a noose around her neck in a jail cell and then Sunny struggling with Sam to escape out of town and then Alexis' last moments with her kid, and then to Sam seducing Sunny. Sunny and Sam. They show Sam talking about having to take her GED test with Jason and to Jason yelling at her to get out of the car as it blows up, then Maxie giving her shoes for a present. A montage plays with calm music and loads of memories of Sam. Sam flashback. Meanwhile, in General Hospital, Lulu gasps as she wakes up. Lulu wakes up. She opens her eyes and then touches her palm to her face. Lulu in coma GH. As Port Charles prepares to say farewell to Sam, Dominic Zamprogna describes what it was like on set the day the funeral was recorded. Plus, what's next for Dante? Christina and Molly rally around Alexis. Ava and Lucas find common ground. As fans await Robert's return, Tristan Rogers celebrates a truly special event. Lulu wakes up. As the daughter of Laura Wright turns 26, we look back at her mini-me's life in images. General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, November 20th. Jason and Danny share a heart-to-heart. Elizabeth gets disturbing news. Alum Jason Thompson gets an injury that leads castmate questioning, are they gonna have to amputate? Alexis makes a vow. Molly explains Rick's strategy. Dante and Christina demand justice. General Hospital spoilers for Thursday, November 21st. On today's General Hospital, Jason and Drew learn Sam's desires for her children, and Jason refuses to allow Danny live with Drew. Jason will GH. Michael confides in Sasha. Jason is adamant. Dante ponders his next action. Alum Vanessa Antoine checks into Grey's Anatomy as a new love interest for, spoiler? Christina thanks Jocelyn. Kai shocks Trina. Find out why we aren't shipping Kai and Trina just yet. General Hospital spoilers for Friday, November 22nd. In today's recap, Dante and Jason plot to move into the Quartermain home to keep the kids together, and Michael warns Curtis about Drew. Michael warns Curtis GH. Molly brings unpleasant news to Christina. Ava is anxious. Stella encourages TJ. Jason seeks counsel from Dante. Mac and Felicia step up for Sasha. General Hospital spoilers predict that Michael Corinthos will be in a sticky situation when it comes to his troubled marriage. Since Michael still loves Willow Corinthos and the family they've made together, it's been hard for him to know what to do. Michael still hasn't addressed Willow and Drew Quartermain about their hookup in the playroom, which he watched on the nanny cam. That's partially because forcing Willow to come clean would leave Michael feeling forced to disclose his own one-night fling with Sasha Gilmore Corbin, though he plans to keep her name out of it if he does spill. However, it's evident that Michael's fears are developing regarding Willow's intense love for Drew. Willow previously made out with Drew twice and then had a playroom romp with him, so she's been willing to put a lot on the line to explore their bond. Of course, Willow is now attempting to focus on healing her marriage so she can get her life back on track. That doesn't mean Drew and Willow will be able to avoid temptation whenever it eventually hits again. It's easy to envision Willow and Drew submitting to another round of passion at some point. Drew and Willow might try to tell each other a last goodbye, only to allow their passions erupt and pull them into a second heated encounter. It's one thing for Michael to observe Willow and Drew stripping down on a video that he can turn off. It's quite another for Michael to actually walk in on his wife and uncle committing the deed. Could Michael catch Willow meeting up with Drew in person the next time around? Would that be the last straw for this irate husband? As much as Michael wants to fix things with Willow, he can't just keep letting this go on. If Willow loves Drew and would prefer a life with him instead, then Michael may encourage her to be honest about it. Willow can't have both men, therefore Michael may force her to pick or decide for her by pressing for a divorce. This could be a wake-up call for Willow about how much she genuinely stands to lose if she can't put Drew behind her. Our forecasts point to Michael and Willow's relationship troubles getting even more problematic, so we'll bring you updates on any stunning news that still might be brewing. General Hospital teasers indicate Michael will find himself in some uncomfortable situations, especially if Sasha's pregnant, so stay tuned for all the drama. Sunny gives Christina a job, Dante doesn't sure where to go with Rocco, and Michael tells Sasha that Drew and Willow slept together. Wednesday's GH recap, Lucas was cleared but Liz may be accused for Sam's death, while Lulu tried to get out of bed after recalling Cyrus making threats. Dex runs into Kai in the gym. The cop brings up Trina and explains he's dating her roommate. Dex gym. Dex informs him that Trina is a sweetheart. He wonders why he's not at the campus gym. Kai wants to perform some sparring. Kai talks to Dex about Trina. They climb into the ring and spar as they talk about football. Kai offers to get him into a game. Dex says he seems like a decent man. Kai believes he can convince Trina of that. Kai-Dex spar. At Pozzolo's, Sunny serves dinner for Christina and asks why she's so restless. She's concerned she'll muck things up during the trial. He promises her she'll hit it out of the park. She worried about failing her daughter. Sunny says she needs something fresh to concentrate on and offers she work for him. Sunny gives Christina employment. She appreciates it, but she's not qualified to do anything. He thinks she's brilliant and will do fine. She can bounce around at Corinthos Coffee and see how she feels. She agrees to think it over. Christina says Sunny worried. At Bobby's, Trina complains to Joss about what a flake Kai is. She doesn't appreciate having to waste her time explaining things to him. Joss Trina fries. Joss feels she's seeking for a reason not to work with him. They dispute about him and Joss begs him to give her a chance. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.